Hard not to be excited, Barry.
Bill, the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up. I cannot believe we were at such an iconic stadium playing the greatest game of rugby league. So let's hope for an absolute belting match.
It is amazing as Ben Thaler awaits the start of this game, the referee.
I'll tell you when, Zach.
And it is a momentous game to think that we're in Barcelona for this game. And it's Anfield next week, another iconic ground
Are we all right?
for the Magic Weekend.
Mark, get ball
but
line.
now it's
all right, let's go.
Super League round 15. When it comes down to it, that's what this is all about. And that's what they're playing for. As the game gets underway and Lange gets the first touch. And this is a key area for the Catalans Dragons because, of course, there is no Sam Tompkins, there is no Matty Smith, there is no Lucas Albert. Their half-back partnership is Greg Bird and Samisoni Lange.
Well, for me, Bill, they've given the game plan away. When you think back to that famous Challenge Cup run and ultimately victory they had last year, 2018, it was built on the back of forward dominance, the middle channel, power game, and what they've done is they've picked players, albeit they were hamstrung a little bit with injuries.
Move, Sam!
A little bit of the lack of form, but what they've done is they said, we're going to take you on up the middle and try and run over the top of you.
But the kicking duties will fall to Tony Gigo, and it's his kick that is launched high, and Liam Marshall didn't want anything to do with that one. Unfortunately for him, it found touch.
Oh, he rolls his eyes. He knows that a good first touch is imperative in a big game on such a fabulous occasion. I keep coming back to the same word, special. This is a special game, once in a generation, maybe once every 2 decades. We get a highlight like this, and the players, especially as we saw the disappointment of Liam Marshall, will want to get a good positive first touch.
And out!
And the pitch is in immaculate condition, as you would expect at
ready!
The Nou Camp. But they have had, in actual fact, the Barcelona ground staff assistance of members of the UK's Institute of Groundsmanship in preparing the pitch. They've been out in Barcelona helping the Barcelona ground staff prepare this pitch, get the markings right. And that's the halfway line with Wigan in possession. Ball in the hands of Ben Powell and Lulawai, both on the field at the same time. On this occasion, Powell named as hooker. His first Super League start since March. That ball eventually pounced on by the alert Remy Casti.
It was a misfired kick, wasn't it, by Wigan? I'm interested to see which tactics they use with them having an established half-back partnership. Are they going to move this big pack around, or are they going to try and tire them out?
As Kenny Edwards had his injury problems in the last few weeks. Over the halfway line, Gigo, Samoa, Moa.
Movement,
Tony! A kindred spirit in Ben Flower. 2 uncompromising players, and it's left Moa on the ground.
Time off, tackle 4.
It looks uncomfortable, Sam Moa. Big responsibility on Ben Flower's shoulders. Hasn't been at his best so far in 2019. Looks like he's carrying a few injuries to me. I don't know whether that's an impact injury or just a little bit of twisting in the wrong direction, but Sam Moa is not the type of bloke to stay down unless he's felt something.
Yeah, we've missed you, Michael.
He's missed only 1 game this season so far, Sam Moa, and he's has a very robust approach, shall we say.
Well, his main asset is his work defensively, puts a lot of pressure on the first receiver.
Are we all right?
Loves a big tackle, loves big impact, and on that occasion,
wait there, Sam.
He's carting the ball up.
Sam, wait there!
Gets up awkwardly, but thankfully he's okay from Catalan's perspective to get on with the match.
Oh, it seems to be okay. Here is Greg Bird then.
5, move back!
We heard from him before the game.
Remain ready, mate. Go.
On Sky Sports News, bit of a scruffy play, the ball. And then Gigo kicks crossfield into the shadows. And this time Marshall is underneath that one to claim on behalf of the Wigan Warriors, who go into this game after a sterling performance against Warrington. Okay, they went out of the cup against Warrington, but it's probably one of their best performances for many a week.
3 moves, Sam!
To see what were these conditions. And a firmer pitch suited Wigan's side. They've played with a lot of width so far this season, even when the weather hasn't been good. And they attempt to do that now with Greenwood. Fast-moving defence from David Mead closes down that play.
Mead, so crucial in the centres for Steve McNamara. He did toy with the idea of playing Mead at full-back in the absence of Sam Tompkins, but instead opted for that man, Tony Gigot.
Well, that's a nice pass from Gigot, but we've seen when he's given that responsibility, it takes away that maverick style that he's got. And Steve McNamara has chosen to keep him at the back, keep him at full-back and allowing that free rein. Good defensive set from Catalan, that last set of 6. 25-30 metres made at most.
Haven't mentioned Michael McAlorum, who is back in action after a lengthy absence. 9 out, he's just returned, and he is crucial. And Lange, with the run, he was looking for somebody to help him, but there was nobody on his shoulder, and Wigan can counter now. Here is Williams, and Mead wrestling him to the ground eventually.
They've had so much success when they last played the Dragons that it's inevitable that they're going to pass wide. Gildart, Burgess, Williams on that left side were just too quick for the French team. And I think maybe again today they want to back themselves pace. They may not be quite as big as the Dragons, but I think they believe they're fitter and faster.
Tony Clubb plays the ball just over the halfway line. On the break from Greenwood, but he's lost it. And Tierney picks it up against his former club. Lewis Tierney, once a Wigan player. 18 tries in 40 appearances for him before leaving the club, and he's had 3 years now into his 3rd year.
Well, both sides making unforced errors. Samisoni Lange over on Catalan's left, and then over on Wigan's left edge, as Phil said, so fruitful, so destructive over on that lethal left edge of Wigan Warriors, and Joe Green would be disappointed to lose grasp and grip of that ball. Good charge by Sam Moore.
Didn't seem too inconvenienced by that knock. Ben Flower was seeking to set him down again. Here is Kenny Edwards. Skimming in field, but he is brought down 20 metres out. 4 tackles, first penalty of the game, and could be first points of the game because it's bang in front of the posts. And it's a gimme, surely.
Beautiful footwork from Kenny Edwards. So light on his feet. Watch him, left foot, right foot, and he ends up with a legs tackle from the hooker, Sam Powell. So when he's trying to get up, there's no weight, there's no control of that tackle, and Sam Powell's just clinging on around his ankles. Illegal, and rightly the referee blows for the penalty.
And Tony Gigot is going to go for 2. The sun out. It was a pretty wet and grey day in Barcelona on Friday. Clouds have cleared. What a great trip.
And probably, I guess, Tony Gigot will be happy with the fact that this kick is centrally field paced. Sam Tompkins has taken every single one of the goal kicks, conversions or penalty goals that the Catalan Dragons have had this season. Been relatively successful. Last year, Tony Gigot had a few attempts, 20 in total, managed to get most of them over, but this is a test here now. Not one of the easiest tests you could get. Centrally placed.
Wait a minute, Tom. Stay outside,
20 metres from the goal post.
Don't get our processes, guys.
Inside, take a 2-point lead.
Beaten when they met the Wigan Warriors back in March, 42-0, Catalan Dragons. And they've got their first points for the season against Wigan.
Here's Samisoni Lange's mistake. You can see him, he's trying to make that ball available, and there was enough hustle from Wigan just to dislodge the ball. Lewis Tierney, he'll relish the battle. Going back to the point you made of Michael McAlorum, no doubt Steve McNamara has asked Michael McAlorum, are you ready, are you okay? He's put his hand up, and he'll play such a huge part, bearing in mind the squad that they picked, that middle channel, that... there's a mistake!
Down.
Knock on.
Julian Bousquet, one of those big men we've been talking about.
Shot clock is on.
He's looking at where he's going to run and just fumbles his simple pass.
So set, boys.
There's McAlorum.
His French is improving. I wonder if it's good enough to
Not for fingers, come on,
tell
boys.
Julian Bousquet.
I would imagine he learned that very early on.
Wait there, boys, please.
How to let
Wait
people
there,
around him know what
Tom,
he
I'll tell you
wants and
when.
what he's not happy
Let's
with.
bang Tony, heads in,
Uncompromising
Dan,
character,
heads.
McAlorum.
Sam,
Well,
okay.
that fumble by Julian Bousquet from the restart has immediately put Wigan in a great position here. And Sam Powell, you just saw him there,
Wait, boys.
just
Go,
barking
Ken,
out
quicken the rock.
instructions. In the moment, they're going to
To
keep
move,
it simple.
Kenny.
And Tony
Here.
Clubb tackled. Now with Luluai. Luluai. Short ball. Romain Navarrete.
Release Max,
Big honour
three,
for
line.
him. Former Catalan Dragons player. Frenchman in the side.
Tapping him in. Go, 3.
Plays the ball at 5 metres out. Luluai. They're going to give it a bit of width. They're going to give it plenty of width. They're going to give the ball to Burgess, and Burgess is driven back and almost into touch, and Catalan scrambling
Line,
across there.
Go.
But the threat hasn't gone yet. 4 tackles gone.
5.
Greenwood.
Move. Mark
That's the
over
5th
10.
tackle. Busquets desperate to atone. Little sniping run from Powell. Powell to Greenwood. Luluai. Luluai then puts the grubber kick in, but it's fielded and well dealt with.
Not quite enough on that kick.
Go, tackle 1.
Sam Powell, he pops out, he's looking for some support. When they were shifting the ball from right to left, Wigan,
2.
they looked dangerous,
Move,
didn't they?
Tony!
There wasn't enough space for Joe Burgess over on that left side, but you can see when Wigan are in that sweeping play, accelerating, slowing down, drawing in defenders. Catalan up to it on that occasion.
It's a good run from Braden Williame. Made a bit of a
4.
dent in the Wigan defence, but that's 4 tackles gone, and they're still in their own half. Here is Matt Whitley. Very much at home now with the Catalan Dragons. Originally from St Helens, came to the Dragons from the Widnes Vikings, and look at the look of it looks so hard done by.
Oh dear, you're right, Bill. For me, he's been the most consistent performer, never mind new recruits, he's been the most consistent performer for the Catalan Dragons. He's under pressure, he's under a little bit of scrutiny. Here's that shifting play, beautiful ball from George Williams, but Lewis Tierney and his colleagues do enough. Committed defence from the Catalan Dragons.
Get this bang, quickly!
No doubt they will be inspired by this occasion.
Mead again to the fore.
Okay, Tommy.
To deny Joe Burgess there, but they are going to have their work cut out once again, because Wigan have head and feed after that tackle, and there's another one, and it's high from Kenny Edwards. Penalty.
What's it, mate?
It doesn't matter how good you are at defending, Bill, if you continue to do it, especially in conditions like this. It is a very large pitch by rugby league standards. Joe Greenwood's just going down. He's caught one from Kenny Edwards.
He's had several bangs to the head this season, but we'll make sure that he's going to be okay. Great kick to touch there now from Hardaker.
Marcus, halfway, boys, come on.
To that.
Keep going, Ken, back with me, ready?
30 metres from the try line.
Come on. Ken, get here.
Gildart taps that.
Play
That's
on,
not
play on,
the best of passes. And the ball is going to come up for the Catalan Dragons, is it?
Good hustle.
That's
enough ball.
Good hustle by the Dragons, though, Phil. Up quick. Even though that ball was a bouncing ball on the floor. Loose pass. You're right. They fluffed the lines there. It looks like. Looks like, is it Sam Powell that doesn't quite have a goal? Wigan get the head and feet at the scrum, so they'll still keep possession.
Wait there, please.
I'm not too sure why Sam Powell pulls out of that pass and catch. But they get away with it, Warriors.
Okay, shot clock off. Out.
So let off for Wigan there after they messed that up. And that's good defence again. And Gildart is hounded. Olivier Gildart, as they're referring to him in Barcelona.
Movement, Braden.
He's got blistering pace, and he gets a chance. They know they've been hurt and exposed by him in the past.
Move,
Remy. Ben Flower. Yeah, it's a lovely surface and plenty of space for a flyer like Gildart. Luluai toying with the Catalan defence, but
Remy, be careful
Edwards held his concentration, and that ball is batted down. Edwards is adjudged to have
just a minute.
Stolen it. Gigo intervenes.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised if the referee just chooses to take this opportunity to have a word with one or two of the Catalan players. There was a moment ago where there was an almighty collision where players were hit on suspicion. The reach around penalty gives Wigan possession again, more possession and more pressure.
Some defending for the Catalan Dragons to do now, because Wigan are hammering away at their defence. And Luluai, short pass for Ben Flower. Flower struggling to get to his feet. Then they come to the other side of the field. And again, Catalan just managed to deny Navarrete. And again, they
Held up tackle for Sam
do
Powell. Get
their
back, let go.
best,
Four.
and it's Powell
We're there,
who is
Sam.
held up. He
Ready,
loves
Remy,
going
Rem.
for those.
He's had a go at the line there, perhaps
Go,
a
Matt,
little
you're
bit too
offside,
tall,
Matt
but
Wiley.
the Dragons up to it.
Quickly taken. Williams darting back into the middle of the field where he
Big
runs
tackle.
into the
Move, Sammy.
clutches of Julian
Go
Busquets.
five.
And now Luluai puts the kick in. The chase, and the ball is dotted down. Greenwood
Time
was
off.
chasing.
Is this the third or fourth possession they've had to defend?
Fifth tackle. I've got no try.
To have a look at it.
We'll just make sure there's no knock-on off Wigan before it's grounded by Catalan, please.
Ben Thaler, no try. Did Joe Greenwood knock that on before it was grounded by the Catalan player?
But this would be an almighty relief for the Catalan Dragons, who've had 3 or 4 minutes of defence. It's a nice little kick, right weight and depth on it.
In general, it's good.
This is the angle that will tell us the story we need to know.
I tell you what, Sam Moa collared Tommy Luluai after that ball had gone.
Yeah, that,
No, I don't think Joe Greenwood touches that
I
ball.
won't,
I think the first
I won't go against you if that's the case. So don't worry about
action.
that.
There's nothing there to show. It is down. I think that it will be, you're right, there will be a goal on drop. But big concern for Catalan, and that Greg Bird seems to need physiotherapy treatment. He grounds the ball with his right hand, and he's been holding either left shoulder or his left hand into an awkward position. I hope that he can shake that off. I think we've looked at that enough times in my eyes there now to make a decision.
Is he having a look at Sam Moa there? You spotted it in real time, Bill.
Against
That's his MO. Sam Moa puts pressure on that first receiver.
Just penalty.
He's left a few half-backs on their backsides this season.
Time's off.
Notably
Sam, come
Jordan
here.
Abdul. And
No,
Ben Thaler
clear.
has called
Remy,
Sam
clear.
Moa out. Or he's called Remy Casti out. Or he's called both of them out.
Well,
He's
Rem
called
gets
Sam
it, mate.
Moa out.
Rem, we've already got a man tackling him, right? And then we've got Sam coming in, which is clearly late, which is a foul. The ball is clearly gone when you're coming in. You've got to be really careful, mate, when this ball's gone. All right? Just think about what we're doing. It's a penalty here.
So it's a penalty, bang in front. Well, just to the left of the post, but if they choose to go for 2.
You got it. The video
let's tell you,
referee had
please.
to have another look at it. You spotted it first time, Bill. Sam Moa, you can pretty much guarantee that's what he's going to do, and that's the reason
Sam, what are you doing?
those half-backs,
Tell you
Luluai,
when-
Williams and Powell, when he's in there, will just have some peripheral awareness of where
Keep it going,
Sam
boys.
Moa is.
So Sam Powell will tap it on the 10-metre line. And back
That's
come
good. Come on, move, Remy! Line boys.
the
Hold it.
Wigan
Sam, come
Warriors.
on.
Ben Flower.
Go. Tony, think about where you are. No, not you.
And then the ball is spun
Slow.
wide
Slow one,
and
sorry.
reaches Liam Marshall.
What has
Two.
been impressive for me, Bill,
Move!
is the speed with which
Sammy!
the Dragons have moved
Go.
up off the try line quicker than normal. Whether they can maintain that for 80 minutes is a test for them. But they've certainly given themselves
Three.
every
Move,
chance,
Ben!
putting Wigan
The
under
line,
massive
Tony.
pressure
Rem.
in this
Tony, line
attacking
three.
phase.
Go.
Navarrete plays the ball back into the
Four.
middle. Tony
Move,
Clubb.
Julian! Line here, lads. Go for.
Tony Clubb plays that
Okay.
ball, and they're
Okay.
going for a short pass. Finds Greenwood. Greenwood
Big
trying
tackle.
to wrestle his
Move,
way to the
Mike!
line. He is denied by
Line with me, boys.
McIlorum.
Go, five.
On the last now. Williams kicks cross field into the shadows.
Back off, Wigan.
It's come off
Still
Wigan,
five.
says the referee. It's with Luluai. Luluai, nice hands. Marshall kick ahead. That's going to be too strong, and respite at last for the Catalan Dragons, but they have soaked up some pressure.
And it will have taken some juice out of the tanks for these Catalan Dragons. They'll need a share in the workload now. Some of the back 5
Ready,
getting
boys.
involved, but defensively they've been on the money. Big Joe Greenwood, we've seen him countless times one-on-one get
on,
over
Mike.
the top of a half-back or a second rower in front of him, but it'll be a
Zero,
somewhat
move,
tired
Sam!
Catalan Dragons
Okay, well.
side.
Go.
But with the conditions, the heat, you'd imagine that the Dragons players
One.
who
Move,
training
George!
it, living it every
Ready,
day will
Sam?
be more acclimatised.
Go. 1.
2-0, the Catalan Dragons lead. Just that Gigot penalty
Play on.
separating the two sides, and Mead with a good break.
Play on. To move. Good. 5.
Mead makes the initial impact. Kenny Edwards.
3. Move, George.
Ben
Whitley.
Garcia, yeah.
It's Garcia, you're right.
He's
come onto that field. They need some try scorers, some men who can break lines, and Garcia can offer that. So can Whitley on this side.
The ball quickly on, but goes to ground.
Zero!
And Luluai pounces on it for Wigan.
Ready, lads.
The Dragons
Go
tried
zero.
to catch and pass in the same motion, but the Warriors, as the Dragons have been doing, up quick and pressure applied.
Move, Julian!
Not sure
Ready,
we've
boys.
seen who Ben
Go,
Garcia's replaced, but
Could it be Greg Bird who was off at that point?
there's no sign
To
of Greg
move,
Bird at the
mate!
moment.
Defender out wide of the right.
Help.
It's a blow for them, isn't it? Even one less organiser.
3. Move, Julian!
Gildart tackled on
Hurry
the
on, lads.
halfway line. 3 tackles gone for Wigan this
Go.
set. Looking to maintain a really impressive record against the Catalan Dragons, won the last 4. In fact, unbeaten in the
4.
last 10
Move, Sam!
against them.
Ready, bud. Ready?
Greenwood,
Rem, wait with me.
tackled by Moa.
Go for.
Powell, steady as she goes.
5. Move, Remy! Ready, 5.
Navarrete.
Go.
And now Luluai will hoist that kick into Tierney's territory.
Back.
And the winger
Back.
didn't go for that, went backwards, bobbed over the top to Greenwood, and it went forwards,
over.
I think.
Well, Joe Burgess scored Wigan's first try when they met a couple of months ago in the DW Stadium here. He chased the kick and he got over the top of Lewis Tierney. He attempts to do the same, but this time it's a tap back to his teammates.
George!
Can't find it, and that looks to be a forward pass from Williams.
I think they have had American football on,
Come on,
not on
boys,
this
Ben.
pitch, but
Back there.
in the adjoining stadium.
Mate.
They might have had it on this pitch because there was an NFL team in Barcelona.
Hand over.
Well, this team looked like they needed a timeout. There's a lot of the hands with their
1.
hands on knees,
Move!
weren't they, for the Catalan Dragons then.
There's blood on face as well
Go.
from David Mead.
Tony Ray talked about the energy battle, didn't he? And it means that you need your fair share of possession, you need an equal distribution.
Help! Release
And so
them,
far,
two.
Wigan have held the ball,
on,
they've
let's play
had
on
all
that.
the pressure, and the Dragons have done this all game, working away from their own line.
Flower
3.
and Moa are having
Move
a really
him in.
good
Ready,
ding-dong.
Tony?
I think Flowers ahead
Go,
on
quick
points
run
at the
to me.
moment. Here is Samisoni Langi. Langi's pass finds Whitley.
4. Move down! Wait a minute, 4. Wait here,
Sargentson
please, wait.
with the tackle. Here is Samisoni Langi. If Greg Bird is off, he
5,
is having
move, Willie!
wretched luck this season. He's had, I think, 2 concussions that have ruled him out of games.
Okay.
And Gigot launches that kick. This time
Play
Marshall
on!
is underneath it,
Play
judged
on!
it well, and manages to keep it alive.
Good play by
Well.
Wigan here now. Burgess can they get to Gildhead on the outside? Not with
Play
Mead
ball!
speed.
You can see why Steve McNamara is so keen to, first of all, have David Mead back,
2.
and then to keep him in the centres.
Yeah, he's such a dangerous player, and he's, as we've said a number of times, he's one of the fastest on the field, and this open space will suit him. There's a knock on.
Yeah.
There's a serious knee injury here.
Celebrations.
Time is
Kenny
off.
Edwards spotted it.
Shot clock is not on.
You reckon?
Let's have a look.
Crumples down there. It's an awkward tackle, isn't it? I do always it's going to be okay.
Me too. I bumped into his brother James Greenwood just in the middle of his recovery. Oh
he's-
dear, yeah. It's terrible. He's holding on to the physio.
You know, the aggression, though, and legitimate aggression from the Catalan Dragons. They might not have many creative players on the field, but that's no excuse for not firing in defence, which is exactly what they've done. They've risen to the occasion. They look like the Catalan Dragons that we all saw play the Challenge Cup last year. With that effort to get up, harass, put their opponents under pressure. See a serious knee injury. So, knee problem here for Joe Greenwood. We're going to struggle this season without back rowers. They lost John Bateman, of course. He's played for the Canberra Raiders at the end of the season. And Liam Farrell, who I think is arguably one of Wigan's best players, almost a Mr. Invisible. He does so much of the cleaning up work, covering, tackling, carrying the ball. Without Farrell, they've done well to as many matches, I think, as they have so far. Greenwood, I don't see him being able to play on here. This seems like a serious injury, Barry.
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, he's okay. If he goes off and lets the physio have a look at it, he's able to come back on. They do have options on that bench, though. Sean O'Loughlin yet to be on the field for the Wigan Warriors, and Chris Hankinson, who's been signed from Swinton as a centre, but whenever I've seen him, I think his attributes are more suited to that back row.
So Greenwood's going to be helped off the field. Well, from Barcelona to Liverpool, because next weekend it's Magic Weekend, and day one, the matches begin at 1:55, with day two starting at 12:55. That's next Sunday, so big weekend of action from Anfield, and distressing action from the new camp in Barcelona. Never thought I'd be saying that. Anfield, new camp, rugby league, same sentence. Joe Greenwood, it's a patch of grass, and it's an unhappy patch of grass at the moment as he is helped from the field, and really do hope that that is not as serious as the anguish on his face seemed to suggest. Disruption, well, disruption for both sides, because there is obviously no Greg Bird out there.
Out, back on.
And that'll put extra responsibility onto Tony Gigot, who hands that pass on.
One, move, Willie! Wait here, boys.
They'll reshuffle that back line. We'll wait and see. But as we said, Gigot involved more. And if you can get your best players with their hands on the ball a lot more, you have a better chance of winning.
Brisquet's tackle 10 metres out. McIlorum picks up. Casti drives it in, still going Remy Casti, what he wouldn't give to score a try for his beloved club on this momentous occasion. Instead, McIlorum has gone for it, and McIlorum is over. Has he got the ball down? He has. Michael McIlorum pinches a try against the club he gave such distinguished service to. 242 appearances, 24 tries for Wigan. That's a try for the Catalan Dragons.
Well, Michael McIlorum back from injury and back to the aid of his side. He will lead from the front. He's got the intellect, he's got the aggression. And what he's able to do is grasp those opportunities. He knows that George Williams, his body's upright, his focus isn't on and isn't aware and ready for what Michael McIlorum is going to do, and he just puts that ball down. First try of the game, Catalan Dragons.
His first Super League try of the season, in actual fact, because he missed 9 games through injury. And he has graced the biggest stages, Wembley, Old Trafford, the International Arena, and now at the new camp he has got the Catalan Dragons try.
Cheers, Chris.
The first try of the game, and Gigot will attempt to improve.
Right, you ain't Chris, as you said,
the Catalan fans were desperate, weren't they? They've got themselves here. They were never going to score a spectacular try with sweeping passing plays. Not with the side they've got out there. It was about effort and about being intelligent. They've probably lacked a threat behind the play of the ball. With McIlorum back in the side. He's there now, and he's converted the first chance. One invitation, one try to McIlorum. Pass and go, and he goes hard with that low-level determination. Beneath his opponents, Wigan perhaps too high in the position to stop him. Fulajah realises that we can go ahead against Wigan. It's the best possible way of beating them.
And if you're Wigan Warriors now at this point in time, knowing that one of the biggest threats is McIlorum, you've been making sure McIlorum, when it comes to the end of the game and they're tallying up these tackles, he's done 40, 50, 60, because they've sent so much traffic at the biggest threat.
One, move, Tony!
Moa
wait here, please, boys.
Takes the ball, and then Club and Flower there to greet him.
Two, move, Willie! Wait here, go.
And Gigot finds Ben Garcia. Garcia back
move,
in the
Chris!
side after 5 out. He's had his injury problems. This is only his 4th appearance of the season, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. There's another sloppy pass. It's picked up by Kenny Edwards.
Important you get a good set after you've scored points. Get to your kick.
Just noticing the black armbands the Wigan players are wearing, and that in honour of their former player, Quentin Pongia, who of course has passed away recently, well, overnight.
Yes, very sad news.
At the age of 48.
No age. What an absolute warrior Quentin Pongia was.
You see Wigan now looking to try and counter-attack, move the ball around. I think they think they're stretch our opponents, make them cover the whole width of this field. Move from side to side, big men.
Play on!
I think Quentin Pongia played with Brian Carney back in the day.
And I think he had a spell in France as well. Quentin Pongia
played for Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Legendary figure in New Zealand rugby league, and
Four, move, Michael!
such a
Ben!
shame.
Four, go.
Cancer at the age of 48.
I played against some tough ones, Bill, and he'd be in the
Five,
top two,
move,
I'll tell
Sammy!
you. Tougher than granite.
Meanwhile, Wigan in possession with Gildart. Little chip into some good space, and there's a bit of standing and ball watching in that Barcelona penalty area.
One,
Pretty
move,
poor play by
relay!
Wigan
Ready,
though.
lads.
Gildart, try on
Go.
your bet on your own, wasn't it? It was a
Joe,
solo
get the arm
effort.
off the
Nobody
ball,
seemed
quicker.
interested in following his kick. Nobody seemed there wanting
Two.
to receive the pass for a
Move!
kick.
Ready, please, two.
Surprising that they've lost their shape, lost their idea at the end of that set.
Joe Bollicon now for the Wigan Warriors.
Three, move,
He's
Ben! Back here, Willie!
another player that's having a stellar
three.
season, new at the
Go.
club.
Joe, you're not square! Joe!
Has
Joe!
started plenty of matches. I think he's called it offside. Is he not square at Marcus? I'm sure.
I'm sure he heard him say, Joe, you're not square.
Yeah.
Rob, tell Busquets, keep playing, Busquets, keep playing.
Been lucky that the referee hasn't penalised him before now.
Come on, boys. Fellas, let's get the ball going a bit quicker, can we? Come on.
Fellas, let's go get the ball going a bit quicker, says Betfred.
Even he wants Catalan to play quickly. It's the Dragons who need a rest.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this
That's
first
right.
24 minutes, oh dear me.
Changement numéro 2 par aidé par Cressol Chabrier.
He's having some
Yeah,
rough
boys,
luck.
boys.
Entrée en jeu du numéro
Joe, listen,
5,
Catalan.
Jason Baltieri.
So Catalan in this Barcelona-esque kit,
One, move, Joe!
in possession
Ready, ready.
from the penalty. Jason Bantieri it is. McIlorum, scorer of the only try of the game so far. That's good defence from Wigan, and they get the ball back.
Play zero.
And Hardacre,
That's his second
Zero!
mistake, Julian Busquets.
Movement! Michael,
Normally so
square up.
reliable and consistent,
Relax, go.
carting the
Zero.
ball up for his side. The second time,
One, move,
under
Julian!
no pressure. I know it was
Ready.
in contact, but meat and drink
Go.
for a player of Busquets' talent and ability.
Move, Julian!
McIlorum with the tackle
Two.
on. Ben Flower, halfway line.
Go.
And Hankinson now.
Move!
Chris Hankinson then
Go.
will get a good chunk of this game by the look of things. And now Wigan come to their right-hand edge. There's Sarginson. Sarginson ducks under the first challenge from Williami. It was still threatening. Oh, threatening up the middle. And Powell, if he'd had the courage of his convictions there, he did have some support. Couldn't get the ball away. On the last now, gone for the power play. Didn't come off. Maybe the opportunity went then.
Well, perhaps I suppose you've got to compliment, I think, Catalan Dragons are working so hard here to close Wigan down, but they are
Ready, boys.
gasping here now for energy and oxygen.
David!
Wigan want to play the game quicker. Catalan don't, but this will be a test here now, this next 14 minutes. Look at the ferocity here from Flower.
You could see that coming, couldn't you? The Wigan plays defensively while they were in the sprint blocks, as they are on this occasion. Catalan Dragons need some territory. Not sure running into the teeth of the defensive Wigan Warriors will help the cause. Big Sam's on.
Cassiano will try and use his considerable physique to get Catalan Dragons upfield. There's the other extreme. Chin has lost that ball. There was a Wigan hand in there. That is an almighty respite for the Catalan Dragons. The hand in, and they've got another six.
I think Chris Hankinson tries to strip the ball, can't keep hold of it, and Lewis Tierney picks it up. Thierry trying to take the challenge forward. If he can get outside those tight six defenders that the Warriors have got, they're very compressed, trying to hold and stop the big men of the Dragons players getting forward.
Three, move, Dan!
We've hardly mentioned Braden Williami as top try scorer for the Dragons so far.
Yeah, having a quietish game. Kenny Edwards
Four,
hounded
move!
down. Good
Back
work
here.
from Sarginson.
Yep.
4 tackles gone. Here is Matt Whitley.
Five, move!
Socks round his ankles. Elliot Whitehead-esque, what a player he is. Little kick ahead, good kick ahead, and Marshall has to bundle the ball over the dead ball line. Edwards greets a photographer.
Yeah, I'm not starting.
Good work from Kenny
Now,
Edwards.
shot clock is on.
Multifaceted, multi-skilled player is Kenny Edwards, and he can sometimes be over-exuberant.
Time off.
We've watched him a time or two. He's just, as you say, getting to know some of the local media men. Repeat possession for the Catalan Dragons, and a chance to apply some pressure. We'll look back to those first 10, 15 minutes where the Dragons
10
were on
seconds,
their
go on,
own
Sam.
line, defending 3 or 4
Shot
sets.
clock off.
Although it's took a bit
Back
of
on.
energy, they've hung in, and it's now their chance to apply.
What a kick.
Oh,
What a brilliant goal line drop right there. It's 70 plus metres. Oh, the tackle from Isa. He's trying to get this Wigan team now excited and get the ball back here by forcing it free. It's a sure here now.
I'll tell you what, Jason Baitieri, though, is a tough nut.
Release, Joe. Go, mate, 2.
And he withstood the challenge. Sam Cassiano, good offload from him.
Still 2.
Tierney will have to retreat and gather
Surrender.
that ball. And
Stand
Burgess will
Liam.
make sure
3,
that
go.
the former Wigan wingman can't make any progress. Here is Samisoni Langi.
4.
really like
Move,
that, Sam
Sean.
Cassiano. He mixes his game up really well. Big
Go.
charges and then soft little hands. Here he is on the ball.
Cassiano.
5 movement, George.
But Bullock is
Sam.
equal to the challenge.
Back here, George. Good lad.
Gigo's little kick.
Feel the
Marshall
play.
gathers and
Surrender.
does well.
Did
Stand.
really well, Liam Marshall.
What's
Knew
the ball?
3 defenders, Catalan
What's the ball?
defenders,
Go. Yep. Matt,
were
you're not
around him. He had his
square.
back
Matt.
to those defenders.
listening, pal.
Just did enough. Zach
Defender 2.
Hardaker trying to work this ball away.
Stand. Go. Good listening, boys.
Seems to me that Catalan are just dictating things at the moment.
They've got that cup-like atmosphere, attitude, I should say, to their defence.
Go.
Moving up quickly, it's simple, few passes when they've got the ball. Sean O'Loughlin looking to pass it,
Still
it's an
3.
offload to the full-back. Look, keeping the ball alive, something Wigan want to do, keep it moving their opponents around.
Tackle him.
Toe-tie, trap now.
Help! Release Femi! 4.
Tautai wrestling for a few
Well,
more yards
5.
on. Powell then
Move.
slips into the tackle
Go.
of Baitieri. That's the 5th.
Move to the
And
side,
the
that's
ball
why.
back to
40.
Hardaker, who thumps a kick in. Tierney watches it
Play on.
whiz past him.
He was looking for a penalty, Sam Powell. He jumped out, almost voluntary tackle
Dominant!
into one of the Catalan defenders, and that's
Stand
the
up!
reason Zach
Go on.
Hardaker ends up with it on last tackle.
What-
Wigan trying to pressure Dragons now.
What an
To
afternoon
move,
this is.
Willie!
You've got this game, Catalan
Get
Dragons
on.
against Wigan in Barcelona. We've got Rugby League, Super League in London, of course. The Broncos were here giving
Release him.
Wakefield
3.
another tough afternoon.
Go.
Leading comfortably at Ealing Trailfinders.
So
Not
3.
90,000 capacity in Barcelona.
We've got Warrington and Hull FC as well. Oh, beautiful ball.
Cassiano to Tierney.
Move!
Smuggle that
Don't hold
one
him in.
underneath his
Don't hold
midriff.
him in, Lewis!
And Langy. Here is Casti.
5. Move, Sean! Back here, T.
Wrestled to the ground. Half
Good
an
lad,
hour
5.
gone. 5th tackle. They're running it. Cassiano. Oh, that was just too clever.
You're right, he holds that ball
Oh,
in
then
one
to-
hand, and I think you said it a
right now.
moment or two ago, Bill. You'd give the first quarter
Right
to
there,
Wigan. They
boys.
applied a lot of pressure to the Dragons, but this last or
Marcus,
second
boys!
quarter of the match, Catalan Dragons
Go
trying
on, over.
everything. A nice offload into the path of Lewis Tierney, and then the next time he has the ball,
One
Sam
move,
Cassiano,
ready.
he's got a lot to
Right here,
offer.
boys.
I'm
Matt,
sure that
wait there,
Catalan
please.
Dragons will
Go
want
on, go.
bigger stints out of him, get him fitter, and get more minutes out of him on a match day.
Wigan again trying to get some width
2 move, Kane!
to their game. Trying to stretch this Catalan Dragon side as
3 moves,
Sargentson
play
goes
on,
on a good run. And they do get a quick play the ball. And now they go to the other side of the field. And Williams onto Gildart.
4
The Gildart
move!
closed
Right here,
down.
boys, 4. Go.
Good work from Tierney. The crowd like that on that side of the field.
5 move, Ben!
That's the 5th tackle. What's Luluai going to serve up with this kick? He's
Zach,
targeting
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Tony Gigo. Gigo did that so well.
You might be
A
make
huge
contact.
kick.
Language.
Huge kick from Thomas Luluai. And to my knowledge, that's the first occasion we've had a deliberate kick for, must be 10 or 12 minutes. He's got his
I need him all
timing
back.
of his run way off there, Zach Hardaker. He's expecting, or he wants to hit Tony Gigo. The split second he catches that ball, but it was still in the air, some distance away from Tony Gigo.
He's
Hurry
a
up, boys,
canny
keep going,
operator
Tom.
as the Catalan
Right, Tom,
fullback,
keep going, mate,
almost
good.
as though he knew that was going to happen.
I don't think either side will look at this first 32 minutes
One,
and say we've
move,
settled
Sean!
into the game. It's,
Where Joe 1.
you know, on games like this, and it does
Go.
have a final feel from
It does,
it.
it's-
You've got to focus on the process you start off the game with.
Move,
Focus
Joe!
on the nuts and bolts of
Ready,
what you've
please,
been
boys.
working on during the week, and not allow your mind and your emotions to be so erratic.
Here's
Free
Cassiano.
movement! Sam, go on.
Now McAlorum, try scorer. Samisoni Langi's pass for David Mead, but Mead is well tackled by Gildart. But Catalan tackles in hand here. Cassiano's pass ricochets. Back to one, says the referee. 6 to go. They're going to pile on the pressure here. And here is Gigo. Gigo drifting across field, still going. Oh, and then squanders the opportunity. And Wigan and their supporters breathe an almighty sigh of relief.
That was a wild offload from Tony Gigo, who does have a maverick spirit. We'll love it when he gets it right, but his side had tackles in the bag. We'd already seen another valuable input from Sam Cassiano, meant that they had a few more tackles to play with. But Wigan making their way upfield. This is a to and fro, end-to-end game.
Well, they're withstanding the pressure now. Just
look at the width they're trying to play with here, although Catalan's defence has been pretty impressive so far. All the way across left, we're going to fall past to Burgess.
That was the view from the touchline. Burgess not so sure.
And they are working incredibly hard, the Dragons here, to have players in the right position. Tierney there, just one space outside him, but that final pass drifts forward.
You can see what he's doing, can't you? Oliver Gildart, he's looking, he's got his eyes right on Lewis Tierney, making sure he can't move off to the next attacker, which is Joe Burgess. That glorious scene there, Barcelona. And you're right, we talked about it a while ago. Liverpool, Man United, Barcelona, the platform and the occasions are there.
Mike! Zach,
just gotta, for me, it's not the right place to say, but we've just got to work harder to get more people watching these great games.
That ball is offloaded.
That's one.
Could have been costly, but Kenny Edwards was able to pounce on it. Here's Gigo. Here is Whitley now.
Movement! Willie!
Whitley. Last 5 minutes. Wigan appealing for something. Was that a knock-on from Whitley? Here's Jason Baitieri. Joe Greenwood off for Wigan.
Here, please, back in, Joe!
Greg Bird off for the Catalan Dragons. Neither of them looking as though they're going to be coming back. Langy back on the inside to Remy Casti, the Catalan Dragons captain, playing at loose forward once again for the side. Up the middle they come with the Gigo, and another offload and another one that doesn't stick, and it was forward as well.
Well, they have to take some risks, perhaps they're in front of goal. It's not like shooting from your own half, which his last offload probably was the equivalent to in football. Here he's attempted to keep it free. He knows here one more pass, and Cassiano probably reaches over from that point. They're going to find it hard to score tries.
Come on, boys!
Very few, it's mainly all runners that they've got at the moment. Very few passes for this Dragons this afternoon.
We've talked before the game, and you've heard lots of the players talking about how they've got to put on a show. Both teams are coming here not just to get the 2 points. Yes, that's the focus, but if they can do it and entertain the crowd, there was a player that entertained the crowd, Thomas Bosch. I recall that try he scored when he chipped the ball, caught it, chipped it again, an absolute wonderful try. And there's the opposite, a dejected Greg Bird sat, and it doesn't look like he's going to come back on this afternoon.
Move, Sam! Ready, boys, ready, go.
Greg Bird, it's a torn left bicep.
Move, Remy!
By the sound of things, it's your speciality, Barry.
It is.
And Greenwood is in the dressing room. And it's a knee injury, but this is Liam Marshall, and Marshall has got the legs. Marshall has got the try, and Wigan have scored right before the half-time hooter with a try from Liam Marshall, or has he got it down in the nick of time? Has he run out of space? I thought he got that down. Ben Thaler thinks so. Michael McAlorum willing to argue the toss.
Well, they've tried for over half an hour to stretch their opponents, to outflank them, to outpace them.
And if it's not, I want you to check the challenge. Okay? Right.
Well, they've checked quite a few things, I think, over this play, aren't they? Referee again not happy with Michael McAlorum.
No, listen.
We don't have to check the pace and speed of Liam Marshall.
I've got the whistle up because
really
are you going to let
drops
me
through
talk,
the
or do you
gears.
want to go and sit down? I've got the whistle to my mouth, so I'll go back. You're late hit. Right? End of story. So you keep your opinions in your mouth shut.
Does his foot at the sideline? No, he's clearly in field here.
I heard him say we'll take the challenge.
Now, as he grounded the ball before he hits the dead ball
for me.
line, Hardick had encouraged him to keep running, get closer to the goalpost, and this wheel will keep spinning until the Wigan fans realise they've scored their first points.
Wigan supporters see their sides go in for their first try, with Liam Marshall claiming his second Super League try of the season. And they've been trying to get the ball to their wingmen, to hit the wingmen, to get round the Catalan Dragons side all through this first half. And eventually, they've done it.
Right, was that Mo back there?
To level the scores as half-time approaches. That he does.
I think he's actually gone off.
Leslie and Marshall, the pace he's got again, outstrips Tony Gigot along the flank. Just about gets it down in time.
Sam gone off.
The force with the Warriors.
Yeah, Sam Mo's gone off. Time off. Now, mate.
And Hardacre converting.
Just to show you that early penalty goal by Tony Gigot. The only difference between the two teams here. Perhaps as we get to half-time, a little time here now left. One more set for Wigan with Joe Bullock.
One move!
Starting it off.
Back with me.
Beg your pardon, 8-6
here,
the scoreline. It was always likely to be
Two movement!
a lot closer than that
to.
March meeting, 42-0, when Joe Burgess scored the hat-trick.
Well, that was only 6-0
Back,
at
still
half-time.
two.
Wigan's second half show just too strong, and that's what they're hoping again here now. Solid in the cup, keeping the ball alive, and Hankinson now going that left side.
Chris Hankinson, who will get plenty of game time, you suspect, with Greenwood off. Still time in this first half as Talima Tautai spins away and then makes a few more metres before he is brought down.
4. Where are you, boys? Go.
Bullock, good strong run.
Beautiful pass.
5. Move!
That's the 5th tackle.
Go.
And Williams doing what he loves to do, stepping and running back across the field, looking for the gap. Bullock, but Edwards was there just as the ball reached Sam Powell, and Catalan Dragons will have it back. That is the turnover.
Go. Hand over.
They'll be quite content here if they can get to the hooter and still
move,
lead.
Willie!
Nervousness about the supporters here.
Ready, boys? Go.
That was ominous, wasn't it, for the Catalan Dragons, the ease with which Wigan got round them there.
Yep.
To
they're going to get to a rest, they're going to get to recover and listen to the messages from Steve McNamara. It's been a fantastic effort, having lost Greg Bird here. Ball wide to Tierney, but the hooter sounds and he'll take that tackle.
So, Catalan Dragons have their noses in front after a very, very tense first 40 minutes of the Nou Camp Stadium in Barcelona.
Strap yourselves in, the second half is on the way. Bill Arthur standing by to take us through it from the Nou Camp Stadium in Barcelona. Enjoy now, Catalan Dragons and Wigan Warriors. Bill.
The game tantalisingly poised as Tony Gigot gets it underway. 8-6 the Dragons lead, looking to avenge that 42-0 hammering at the DW in March. Wigan, in fact, have won their last 10 against the Catalan Dragons. The last time Catalan won against Wigan was in May 2015 in Perpignan, when they beat Wigan 58-16, and Zeb Tyre and Tony Gigot got hat-tricks. I don't think we're going to get a repeat of that sort of scoreline here in this real cat and mouse game at the Nou Camp in Barcelona. The sun just obscured by the clouds at the moment as Luluai puts the kick in and nonchalantly taken over his head by PNG international David Mead.
Release Chris! Play ball.
Excellent performer this season for the Catalan Dragons.
Go listen, T.
Here is
2. Move!
Samitone
Okay,
Langi.
boys. Go. Gone really crackly.
And the Catalan supporters.
3. Movement! Dragons!
giving their side
Ready, boys.
a bit of a G up as McAlorum. Interesting to see him sharing a word or two with Liam Farrell as the teams emerged for the second half. What a buzz it must be to walk down the corridors here in the footpath, the footsteps of the likes of Messi and the Barcelona greats. On the last, and it's Samisoni Langi who hoists that kick and then sets off after it to challenge Hardacre. Hardacre it is who comes up with it, and Hardacre who comes away with it.
Well, a good counter-attack from Zach Hardacre. It was high enough from Samisoni Langi, chasing his own kick, does everything he can, but Zach Hardacre, quality player under high balls, and it's a good return on the front foot, Wigan.
And here is Bullock now. Wigan ending the first half in good shape, looking the stronger of the two sides, and maybe that's the word from their coach Adrian Lamb. Let's keep the pressure on, let's keep moving this Catalan Dragons side around, using the width of this big Nou Camp pitch. At the moment they're in the middle of it. As Bullock plays the ball, Powell. Luluai's kick is miscued, little dribble ahead, and it's a goal line dropout.
Oh wow, there's a lesson in playing to the whistle there. It looked like it had all gone wrong. When Thomas Luluai attempts to kick this ball, it just glances the side of his foot, and Chris Hankinson, I think it is, stays in the picture, keeps going, and eventually Lewis Tini kicks it over the sideline, the back line.
It was more the football skills they needed, wasn't it, there to keep it in play. Eventually Tini got it out. Goal line dropout. We're getting the attack. They want to play quickly. We've seen Joe Bullock have 4 runs already inside the first 4 minutes. He's been tasked by the coach here to get his team onto the front foot.
Gigo then sets that one off. Not the best. Willie Isa returns it. Catalan Dragons 5th in the table going into this game. Can go up to 3rd. Wigan down in 8th, but only 4 points off a top 5 place.
2 movements, Sally!
And such tension at the bottom of the table as well. London Broncos doing a job on Wakefield. Here is Sean O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin has lost that ball.
Scrum down. There, Eden ball. It's stolen. It's stolen. It's scrum down. Wigan ball.
And it's stripped, and the ball is knocked on. Goes forward in the attempt of Catalan Dragons with Sean O'Loughlin, another dangerous player for Wigan Warriors. Matt Whitley.
If the referee shouts it's stolen, though, I'm a bit confused. Is that not a penalty? It must
Surely.
Be one-on-one.
I believe that there's more than one player. It's Matt Whitley, and I think it's Michael McAlorum that's thereabouts. But
it was 3-on-1 eventually.
We're getting up with the ball in good position. They've had a few goals at this line.
Oh, Williams is having another go.
One move, Tony.
And it needed a good tackle from Tony Gigo to stop him.
Go. That's fine.
And McAlorum shot off the line and unbelievably quickly there to tackle Sam Powell. Now Bullock on the charge.
Move, Tony, goal line!
Cassiano manages to turn him round, so he's facing the wrong way. 3 tackles gone into the middle of the field. Oh, Cassiano, another bell ringer from him. Big tackle on Williams.
Tony!
So they've managed to hold them out so far, but they might not be able to hold them out now because Marshall is going to be in for a second. He's hurt his shoulder. Has he got that ball down in time though?
Tackle 4.
Well, that's what Ben Taylor wants to look at.
Just checking touch.
He's happy with it, but he wants to use the video ref. An acrobatic finish over on the right-hand side from Liam Marshall. He's got Fouad Yaha in his sights. He jumps early, gets the ball out.
His foot's already on the sideline, Barry, on the angle I saw there. I would have disallowed that with one view.
Touch judge didn't think so.
Oh, well, when I watched it live...
That one we can't see from that angle. His foot's on the line.
When I watched it live, I thought it was okay. This is the one film. Touch judge is there. Oh, yeah, there you go. Disallowed try. Fouad Yaha just about does enough.
Touch judge just unsighted, perhaps. And Marshall is denied a second try in this game.
Shot clock's on.
That would have put Wigan in front.
Yeah,
but again, that's the way ahead for Wigan.
Well, they
I'll
want to
put it in a
break
minute,
this
Michael.
Catalan
Put some in the
team
bin,
by
it'll be you.
taking them to stretching point. They stretched them
Yeah.
across there, but Yaha does really well there.
Wait there, boys. Wait there, guys.
Going to get that for at least another 30+ minutes.
Sound side, lads. Okay, let's bind. Shot clock off.
There's not going to be much let up from Wigan.
You also get the feeling here that the Catalan Dragons need some points. They're not going to win this game 8-6, in my view. The penalty here helps. As you go, kicks it up towards the halfway line. They're going to need to create some points somehow. Maybe Cassiano could be the key. Kenny Williams, obviously a dangerous player. And this man, Matt Whitley, he finds his way over the try line very often.
One move, Willie!
Brilliant time for him to do it
Joe.
in this second half.
It is very important shape in rugby league, keeping everybody in the right positions, but Willie Army, David Mead, players with pace
Move, Joe!
and lethal try-scoring instinct. If they can follow some of those big men, like Cassiano, that got an offload, I feel certain there'd be some rewards for them.
There is Cassiano, here is Michael McAlorum. Gigo, Whitley.
Movement!
4 tackles gone as Talima Tautai stops Whitley's progress. It's with Samisoni Langi.
Good hands, he had to go down low for that ball.
5. Move!
That's the 5th.
Goal line, Joe. Go.
McAlorum, quick hands over the top, and good defence. The ball back in field and out of play eventually. Good defence. Marshall denied at the other end of the field. Well, he was defending there and did a good job.
Well, yeah, man-on-man tackle here from Marshall. Great battle between these two wingers.
Come on, run me back here.
Little and large contest.
No.
It's even at this stage here now. Ball goes over the top and he cuts him in two with that tackle that takes him over the sideline.
Go.
Head in the hands for the Catalan chairman.
Surrender!
Go on, Bill, go on.
No,
You've
no,
not
no.
said it yet.
1. Wait, boys. Wait.
Worse
Go.
than it would be in Catalan. O'Loughlin has gone without that. Sean O'Loughlin, the only survivor of the first meeting between the two sides. Mead might profit. Referee's not going to award this without reference to the video ref. Hardacre wondering,
there is no tackle.
like many people are, how many people are involved in the tackle, but Ben Thaler reckons it's a try. David Mead and the Catalan crowd reckon it's a try.
Well, I did say it, didn't I? Follow Cassiano. Those those quicker players. Here's the strip. Cassiano and Benjamin Garcia involved in that tackle. The ball comes loose. Cassiano holding that ball out in one hand. They can only be looking for a knock on here.
Looks as though Sean O'Loughlin, who I was saying played in the first ever game between these two sides in 2006 at the Aimé Giral in Perpignan when Catalan won on a historic night. Still going, it just looks as though that ball's been dropped.
The trouble is, you see both of them. The fact that they go into the ground, it means that they're happy enough with it, but we've seen them given either way. David Mead scores the second try for the Catalan Dragons.
Yeah, Chris Kendall, video ref, looking at the grounding, which suggests that this is going to say try for the Catalan Dragons. First points of the second half.
Important try. Managed to force an error, written along. The referees backed them with that decision, and Mead scores. Importantly, he scores close to the goalpost. This will be 6 points, not the 4. And will take them to that significant 8-point lead here. So likely we're going to see that many points in the game. Every single one counts, and Tony Gigo knows that here now as he lines up this conversion attempt.
Gigo's had a frustrating afternoon so far.
Right, you read what Chris has said.
A lot of his trickery hasn't come off.
Keep the focus.
But his goal kicking could prove crucial if it is a tight contest. Gently does it. Catalan Dragons with David Mead, who has shown his worth in this game.
That's brilliant play. The awareness, Barry mentioned David Mead, one of the players. They've lacked try scorers in recent times. They need somebody who can get over the line on a regular basis. Mead at his best can do that. He's done it here now to give them that 8-point advantage.
He got 2 tries in the cup win over Doncaster last time out. The big cup win that cost the Catalan Dragons the services of Bullock is high on Remy Casti. Casti doesn't bat an eyelid, does he?
Same action every week for Remy Casti, isn't it? He runs hard, runs well above his weight. And having watched Catalan Dragons the number of times you and I have, Bill, we've seen that action. He gets up, shakes his head and carries the next ball forward.
What did you say?
14-6.
Go.
Catalan lead.
One move, Chris!
A penalty that immediately allows Catalan to resume on the halfway line. Here is Benjamin Garcia. And Garcia
Time off, tackle 2.
Is just
Yeah.
discomfited by that tackle. Ben Thaler's stopped the clock.
And this is, again, the consequence of reversing into contact. You end up, you're in an awkward position. The game just halts for a second. Go for 1 minute, think there's much wrong with it.
Chris is up if it's helped you.
We'll watch
Play
it.
the ball.
Reverses,
Play the ball.
ends up, the big man ends up in an
Go
awkward
to,
position,
there,
putting all his weight on the shoulders.
I think play's going to continue.
Yeah.
After we've seen the replay from the host broadcaster.
Back here, Joe. Joe.
Catalan's still in possession.
Sean, come on,
3
give
tackles
space.
gone.
Don't hold him in, Jason. 3.
And here is Gigo.
4.
Garcia.
Move! Right here, boys.
Immediately back into the thick of things, and Cassiano. That pass was. Oh, and Cassiano, I think, has been hit late. Well, that is a reckless thing to do, one way or another. It's a
reckless for your health, I think, and your well-being. The big man who takes it into contact. We've mentioned the fact that Greg Bird missing after only a few moments of this match. Samison and Lange, they're without ball players, and it looks like Sam Cassiano has taken over that responsibility, and is it Sean O'Loughlin who just collects the big man as he's passing that ball?
We're going to stop and kick and goal here around the half
line, boys, please.
Take as much
on the line, guys.
Fluid. Take as much time as they possibly can here. They want to slow the game down. Wigan need to speed it up.
So Gigo will line this one up. Action in Barcelona, of course, summer bash going on in Blackpool, and got to say good luck to the teams taking part in the first of 4 summer rugby league development festivals, which are taking place tomorrow. The first of them, it's at the North East Worcestershire Ravens Club in the Midlands, and teams like the Bassetlaw Bulldogs, the Telford Raiders among those involved. Youngsters from the Midlands taking part in that Summer Rugby League Development Festival, and hope they have a great day. Catalan hoping for a great day in Barcelona.
Yeah, well done to all concerned. And Lancashire under-19s levelled up the series with a victory over Yorkshire. So all is well in the world of rugby league.
Incredible. The geographic range of the game. Redditch,
and here
Barcelona.
We are, Barcelona.
Yep.
And here is Williams. Where has David Williami been? Because he played Williami is on the run. And it needed a good tackle from Zach Hardacre. And Fuad Yaha. Williami just suddenly burst into life there. He's had a quiet game.
Clever play by Hardacre though on that one. He made sure that Yaha had to go down that left-hand side.
3. Mooty!
Got time for his teammates to get back. They've recovered Wigan. They've everybody set.
Cassiano now.
Good tackle by Powell. What a brave effort.
And Hankinson up top makes sure that the big forward can't offload. McIlorum's pass. Lange will stretch out. And Samisoni Lange has got another try for the Catalan Dragons. and the flag of Catalonia, the Dragons, is flying high at the Nou Camp Stadium. And Samisoni Langi has extended their lead. Quick-fire tries, first from Mead and now from Samisoni Langi, his fourth in Super League this season.
Well, lethal from the Catalan Dragons after that wonderful break over on the left side from Braden Williami, and doesn't he show an awareness and an ability to wriggle, writhe and make sure that ball is underneath him. You can see Sean O'Loughlin's reaction. He knows how important that try is, but Braden Williami over on the left side, David Mead over on the right side. They are the key to the victory, as well as that man, Sam Cassiano, having an absolute ball. A few words of encouragement from Rob Parker, the physio he knows, and would have had an instruction from Steve McNamara. Keep talking to the big man. The more we can have him out there, the more of a threat we are. Look at that beautiful sight there. And I know from speaking to a few people within the world of rugby league, they've gone and taken the opportunity to go to this fixture, and they've purchased the Catalan Dragons memorabilia and souvenirs, and they are representing the Dragons this afternoon.
When it comes down to it, it's 2 Super League points that are at stake, and Gigo's kick for the first time this afternoon has missed the target. Thomas Bosk has a word.
This is the difference, I think. They've got a number 9 who know the more the team have confidence in. He invites them onto the ball in those great attacking positions. He scored one in the first half. McAlorm set one up here in the second. The referee doesn't need the video ref on this occasion. No assistance needed. It's Wigan who need all the help they can get here now. 14 points behind.
Yeah, but Catalan aren't home and dry yet, and that one could have gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
That's one.
We know
Move
that
Sean.
Catalan
Back here,
Dragons,
boys. Wait, please.
they can
Sean, come on, mate.
implode, can't they?
Well, they've done it against Wigan, haven't they? A few years ago on their home ground, they led significantly in the second half and fell apart.
So move, Joe.
You don't get the sense that that's going to happen here with the emotion inside this stadium.
Here's a question for you, Phil. What do Wigan need to do to get themselves back into this game here?
3, move, Chris.
They could do some
Ready,
ball,
Joe,
couldn't
good lad,
they?
go.
They need some punch in the middle. This middle part of the field has
Four,
all been
move,
won by the
team.
home team. Casti and Co.
Go.
The dominant team, and the kick
Not
here
in,
now
not
gains
in.
them some valuable ground.
It's from McAlorum, but it's into the arms of Hardacre, and a puff of the cheeks, and the Wigan fullback sets off to return the ball, and it's come loose and been picked up by David Mead, and Mead gives it to Cassiano.
I'm pretty sure he was involved in that kick chase then. He's got the Midas touch at the minute.
Yeah.
Slamming Sam.
Yeah, Hardacre somehow lost that ball, and look where it's put Wigan. Now they've got to defend. Ben Garcia head rocks back in that tackle, but he quickly plays the ball. McAlorum, Cassiano, hands on his knees, and Gigo bursting through, couldn't quite get past a good tackle from Talima Tautai. Cassiano has recovered to put the ball down under the post and get another Catalan Dragons try. 1 minute, he's gasping for breath. The next one, he's knocking the stuffing out of the Wigan Warriors. He's not the only one whose head will be hurting today, that's for sure.
Drawing relief, or is it Payne up top? Certainly here now again. The pass from Thierry, that close range run just gets him close enough. In fact, it's the kick, isn't it? Trying to prevent the grounding, which was being penalised. It's irrelevant. This looks like a Challenge Cup performance from 2018.
Can you hear me?
It's got all the hallmarks of it, and what the Dragons need to do is find a way of producing the cup performances in league matches, which is what they're doing here on this special stage in northern Spain.
He just makes contact
the
with the
flag
ball,
waving here.
Yeah.
All
It's just
the
inside
emotion
the post, not
turned
outside.
it now, turned in a positive way for the French team to turn over that scoreboard and get it ticking almost emphatically now in their favour.
About a minute, Tony.
They have dominated this second half so far, and Wigan desperate to try and wrest control of the game back from the hosts, who are in a commanding position at the moment. And that man, who I think is getting a breather by the look of things, is largely being the operative word, responsible for them being in this position.
He has been. We often hear Brian Carney use the term sledgehammer and scalpel. Well, he's been both at the same time this afternoon. He's been able to power his way through and bust open defences as he did when he scored that try. He's had some deft little short passes, offloads. I won't be surprised if he gets another little stint back on the field later on in this game.
Williame underneath that one. Mikel Simon is the man who's come on in place of Sam Cassiano. Samoa is on there as well.
Move team! Where is Sam?
So Steve McNamara keeping the pressure on in the shape of the big units.
Three, move!
Like Samoa, like Mikel Simon, Wigan have got to try and get the ball back.
Willie! Sean!
And do what they did towards the end of the first half, which was give Catalan the runaround, but there's no sign of that happening at the moment, and the longer it goes, the more confident Catalan are going to be in their ability out wide as McIlaurin puts the kick in, and just too strong.
Michael McIlaurin being one of those kick options.
Head clash there, I think. We're going with a
He's
zero,
come in and
boys.
made a massive impact on the game.
They're going to need some help here. They've got two players. The central winger clashed heads. Sargentson, Marshall.
All right, to Lewis.
This is the one here now. Split the top part of his head.
Look at the blood dripping down Sargentson's forehead.
This is when you're under pressure. Just over 20 minutes to go. 20 points behind. Players needing treatment here. Powell and Sargentson, I'd say. Collide as they attempt to bring Whitley down. You know, Catalan can only lose it from here. They've got complete control in all areas. The crowd, the scoreboard, the physio department. Wigan are in trouble.
He'll be a loss for Wigan. Sam Powell.
It's a big word for you, that, isn't it?
9, plays at 7.
Where have we got that saying from?
There's a mountain of work in defence. But as we say so often this season with Wigan,
on the game. I know.
George Williams, given the time and space, he's a player that can create something. He can also create an opportunity for himself and finish it. Zach Hardacre, who's had a lot of work to do in this second half.
He's staying on. Have we got somebody on?
Particularly in defence. Final quarter coming up.
Let him get off first, lads.
We saw last night, didn't we, Salford versus St Helens. The game is never over until it's over.
Well, Wigan need a massive momentum swing in this, and it can happen in a variety of ways. They need a player to come up with something. The spark needs to get Wigan back onto the front foot. Toe tie past the Navarrete, Flower.
Ben Flower certainly gave Wigan a bit of impetus in the first 40 minutes. Can he and others around him in the Wigan side get control back from the Catalan Dragons side? Just hearing that London Wakefield 76 points, 42-34 the final score that. So London, second time this season, have beaten Wakefield, and Hull, Warrington obviously suffering a cup success hangover because they've gone down to Hull FC 1912.
Well, that was a very demanding game for both Wigan and Warrington last week. Maybe some reason why both haven't peaked again a week later, 7 days later.
And then they've got to go to Liverpool, and another big occasion, which playing at Anfield's going to be a big emotional experience, isn't it?
Yeah, we've seen the drain and the toll it's taken on these players this afternoon at Barcelona. Different, but very similar.
Day 2 on Sunday, 12:55 for that. Day 1, 1:55. So, yeah. And Kenny Edwards. Oh, look at this from Kenny Edwards. What a great run it is from Kenny Edwards. And then for Gigo going for the post, held up just short. Fouad Yaha waiting to pounce. He won't get through there.
He's never going to score that. The most ambitious attempt in the world.
McIlaurin might have done. He might have burrowed his way through, but Fouad Yaha, not a chance.
He stood up before he had a goal.
Samisoni Langi, for a moment it looked as though Gigot might be able to find a way through. They might not be done here because the ball is kept alive. Spun wide now, and they do have the number. Whoa!
Trended.
That's
5!
Kenny Edwards, whose feet
George.
just shot from underneath him, and he is hobbling now. They go for 1 point, and Gigot gets his 4th drop goal of this Super League season.
Well, there is an element of composure from one of the most dangerous players on the field. A lovely break from Catalans Dragons and Kenny Edwards. I'll tell you what, you can't blink with that player, can you? Such an exciting talent, Kenny Edwards, when he gets it right. He makes a break, gets 40 metres downfield and then falls over flat on the floor when nobody's around him.
Tony Gigot, cool head, the 2018 Lance Todd Trophy winner.
Okay.
And that drop goal, as I said, his 4th of the season, could be ultimately very important, but they might not need to rely on that because Samisoni Langi has broken away. That ball, though, has come up for Gildart.
Then by Wigan.
And referee Ben Thaler, I think, says that's Catalan head and feet, is he?
Everything going now for the Catalan Dragons. We're going to attempt to contest the ball. Joel Burgess, it goes over his head. And then the confidence now on which they're home team with a 21-point advantage, you can keep the ball alive. I think every one of them who went to bed last night dreaming of scoring at the new camp.
Yeah, you
What's
can
the
see them
fulfillment
excited
dream here now, doesn't it?
You can see them excited now, the Catalan players, but you can also read the body language of these Wigan players. They've gone short in an attempt to regain and regather the ball, but they're absolutely exhausted, the Wigan players now.
Out!
Wigan fans have gone there in big numbers, and the day doesn't look as though it's going to pan out on the pitch as they'd hoped, but why let the game stand in the way of a big weekend? I'm sure that might be the philosophy of 1 or 2 people.
And the Dragons have got the video referee to thank, otherwise that Liam Marshall tried at the start 45 minutes into this game. Disallowed David Mead scored 2 minutes later, and it's been one-way traffic since then, but the touch judge, I think he was happy to reward it.
Here's Langi. Gigot determined to make his mark on this game in terms of try scoring. Langi already has.
Still got it, 4.
Rolling forward, 4 tackles gone.
Go,
Ben Garcia. Here's Sam Moa. Moa's held up.
5, line boys!
Just short of the try line. Will McIlaurin try once again? No, it's back to Tony Gigot. Little grubber kick from Gigot. Baitieri chasing. They'll get the ball back. But there was nobody quite with the pace to capitalise on that kick, as there would have been maybe if Matty Smith had been out there.
It was an exquisite kick, though, wasn't it? He runs laterally. Tony Gigot draws the defenders forward.
Sam Tompkins would have loved that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Baitieri, stalwart, such a
shot clock off.
Good contributor to this club on and off the field. Really embraced his. Born in Australia, born in France, raised in Australia.
Muti! Keep going,
really,
boys. Keep going,
for me, encapsulates this club.
Go, mate. Now.
Mikel Simon, his old club Wakefield.
Two.
Big comeback from them against London, but not enough. Langi.
Nice ball movement here now with that advantage. And Mead again, looking for one of his teammates.
But it's back with Kenny Edwards. Now here is Mikel Simon. I think we're back where we started, actually.
Passed him around like Barcelona, though, now, aren't they? They really are having the fun with this possession in great field position.
McIlaurin. Here is Kenny Edwards again. Edwards, lovely ball to Braden Williami, but Wigan do well to stop him just short of the try line. Catalan really putting on the pressure. The kick comes in from McIlaurin, and Wigan come up with it. Catalan appear for the knock-on, but nothing doing. And it was good work ultimately from Tony Clubb. Now then, Gildart, desperate to get some space. Burgess likewise.
A big attempted tackle from Sam Moore comes in. He tries to hold Joe Burgess. Joe Burgess, think scored 3 tries when the sides met, and it was 42-0 at the DW Stadium. So players and teams, when you've been on the other end of a scoreline like that, there's no point, and not at any point will they start to feel sorry for this Wigan side, as tired as they are. There will be a weight of possession in the favour of the Cherry and White club.
Go, get away!
First bit of possession as Hankinson and Garcia have a little tete-a-tete in back play.
Yeah.
27-6 for all that hammering after Cassiano's try. It was just the Gigot drop goal. Is there a glimmer of hope still for the Wigan Warriors?
Move!
Willie Isa looked over his shoulder to see what was coming and rode the challenge. Hardacre, Luluai, O'Loughlin in the middle of the field. Williams bounces away from Mead. Mead shepherds him across the field. Across the field they go to Sarginson. Repaired.
Wonderful defence.
Surrender!
It was a little bit scrambled, but at the key point at the right time. Just look at that defensive line of the Catalan Dragons. That energy battle is well in favour of the Catalan Dragons players and team.
Club plays the ball. They're not out of this yet. That ball's gone forward though.
Come forward,
Hardacre. And then he says something, I think, pretty clear, that he didn't agree with the referee's interpretation of that particular situation.
Well, every team needs a reason, an emotional spark, and a cause to get up for. I think here now, this is amazing what this could do for the Catalan Dragons here this year. This is by far the best I've seen, the most interested, the most enthusiastic. They'll go up to the league table to 3rd position here with this win, which looks as though they're getting there with less than 15 minutes to go. Going there seems to be a masterstroke. Perhaps an element of good luck in bumping into the Barcelona president at the right time, being in the right place, and having that Challenge Cup in the trophy cabinet has given them an opportunity now. They can play with this attitude, the aggression and defence, the willingness to work for one another.
Come on, boys, go!
Catalan meet Wakefield at Magic, the first game in actual fact on Saturday at Anfield.
3, go!
Wigan round things off on the Sunday evening with the game against the Warrington Wolves.
Ready, Sean, 4. Go, mate.
Saturday evening, that one is, beg your pardon.
Standards, come on.
Are there more points coming from this Catalan side?
Movement, Oliver!
Ben Garcia, that's the 5th tackle. Gigot kicks into Marshall's corner and it's out on the full.
Come on and turn over. Control it, Marcus, there.
Put it on the head of Liam Marshall. Lewis Tierney chasing hard. Sorry, it was Joe Burgess, not Liam Marshall. Joe Burgess and Lewis Tierney. That was a mistimed skew kick.
Keep coming, Michael. Time off, Dan. You're going to have to get sorted out, mate. There's blood everywhere.
And
wet there.
A Mexican wave in Barcelona. The Catalan Dragon supporters
sort him out of the back.
in cheerful moods, as well they might be. With the full-time hooter now, it's 13 minutes away, their side leading 27 points to 6.
Ready? Tony!
It's all about enjoying yourself when you go to watch a game. I don't know whether the Wigan fans are enjoying it that much, but the ones from Barcelona and the French Rugby League fans who've made the effort to go there, it clearly looks to me like every single one of them's had some fun.
I'm sure one or two Wigan fans will do as well.
I would say so, yes. They'd have had to save the pennies up to buy a beer on last Ramblas, but I'm sure they'll get stuck in.
Oh, Lange's got the ball away here, Busquets!
And back to Lange, and Lange's passes to nobody, and Wigan will escape, and Gildart, now he has got the chance. Gildart trying to leave Tierney for dead, but Tierney just manages to bring him down. Then Tierney is down. Gildart's in anguish. It's been an exhausting game. It's a big pitch. There's been a lot of this lush green pitch covered, this green pitch that's been worked on by the Barcelona ground staff and the UK Institute of Groundsmanship. Jason Booth and co.
Yes, we have to thank Jason Booth for the information before the game, and a lot of work has gone in on and off the field to make this the spectacle that it is. And those offloads, Busquets to Samisoni Langi, and the last one just goes on the floor. But more worrying for Wigan fans is when he gets the ball and he's trying to make as many metres up the field. Oliver Gildart ends up awkwardly going into a collision.
Head knock for Tierney, though.
Yeah, another Wigan, Lewis Tierney, in the Catalan Dragons colours.
Wait there. Oh, wait there.
Meanwhile,
Matt,
attendance is now official 31,555.
Has he gone off?
Excellent.
Go.
And that does exceed the record for a weekly round figure in Super League, set in 2005 with a Good Friday game between Wigan and Saints of 25,000 in the weekly round. That is
That's terrific.
Three.
From both sets of fans, and as I said, others, neutrals who've gone and just got involved in the festival. That's a good start for us, that, Bill. We'll try and keep it annual, and we'll try and beat it year on year.
Good place to spend your birthday, even if it is as a Wigan supporter. That ball is bobbed up for David Mead. And Mead is going to wrap this one up with his second try of the game. Salutes the crowd. And the second half has belonged to the Catalan Dragons. And David Mead, the star from Papua New Guinea, is a star in Barcelona for the Catalan Dragons.
The sport for me is supposed to inspire people, and I'm sure this will do this for many young players wanting to be like David Mead in 10, 20 years' time. Who could have ever dreamt as a young boy playing around with a rugby ball on a field, kicking it around with his mates, that he'd one day be running in at the end of the Nou Camp Stadium with his finger in the air, celebrating the crowd as he puts 6 more points on the scoreboard and enjoy what will be a wonderful win here in round 15.
It is very reminiscent of that first game back in 2006. And the Catalan Dragons played the Wigan Warriors in their opening fixture. 38 points to 30. That game finished up. I don't think we're going to get the same scoreline, but it has the same feel. Celebration, justification for bringing this game. 31,500 people is justification enough, but a top-class performance from the Catalan Dragons.
And right in front of the post, it should be 2 more points for Tony Gigo. It certainly is. And what a day it has been for the Catalan club.
Well, Wigan, you can see what they're trying to do. George Williams throws that ball into the path of Chris Hankinson. He can't keep hold of the ball, and that's out and out pace. That Mead and Williame really stepped forward in this second half, and Bernard Glash, he's giving everybody a wave.
Well, we had a minute's applause in honour of his late brother Bruno, former UTC and Trey's a Catalan player who passed away recently, and the best thing these players could do was to come up with a performance worthy of a fellow player, because that's what Bruno Gouache was, and they ultimately come up with that. 8-6 it was at half-time, though. Wigan very much in the hunt, but Catalan have dominated this second half.
Oh, word they have. They've really stepped it up. And Bernard Glash, when he went for that famous lunch with Barcelona, he was asked, should we speak French or should we speak Spanish? He said, let's speak Catalonia, and I think that went a long way. So the story goes, that went a long way to this fixture taking place. The 2 clubs, the 2 organisations trading ideas, and let's hope the game in this part of the world, as well as France, let's not forget France, French Rugby League in this particular occasion, go from strength to strength.
It's not all golden for French Rugby League today, because Toulouse, I think, have been well and truly beaten by Toronto Wolfpack in the Betfred Championship.
But the biggest thing for me is that hopefully this match, and the fact that Toulouse are playing in Blackpool, More people involved, more people wanting to follow and play the game of rugby league in France. Gives them a boost of times competed. There's been a lot of injustice against them in recent times as well, but they've got to fight on and hope for the game and find some new supporters, some new sponsors. And this can be a catalyst here for growth for the game.
I wonder if we'll see Sam Cassiano for a little cameo performance, because they're going to chase for another. Mead was looking for a hat-trick.
20.
And Gildart just managed to get there ahead of him.
Well, he gets to the ball, doesn't he, David Mead? That's a spectacular race between two Formula One race cars, and Oliver Gildart just about does enough.
One move, Ben! Ready, Remy? 0.
Wigan, meanwhile.
What do you say?
Well, the injury disruption early on to Joe Greenwood was just that.
No, when you lost the ball, I mean, you lost the ball because of the knee injury. Catalans scored their first try because of that directly moments later.
2.
And I suppose Wigan will be regretting the opportunity that they missed with Marshall start this second half.
Yeah, just a heel of his boot on the whitewash. Well, I think it's the blue wash in actual fact. Here's Luluai. Isa now.
Movement! Yeah. 4.
Just 7 minutes of this game to go. We're just saying what a great occasion it must be to be there, to be part of this. And Wigan could yet have points on the board with Gildart, and Gildart has threatened that, has earned that. And this time he got the better of the Catalan.
Not sure where the winger is here. David Mead's been drawn in, outnumbered, outpaced. Certainly not outplayed here today in Spain.
Very important input there from the replacement, Chris Hankinson. We hope and our fingers are crossed for Joe Greenwood, but when Chris Hankinson has come onto the field, he's got a real dig.
Oliver Gildart, that's his 50th try in Wigan colours, and Zach Hardacre can't improve on it. But Gildart fully deserves that. He's really tried his hardest when the balls come his way.
Yeah, both centres have. Dan Sargentson and Oliver Gildart, they haven't had much
time off. Standards,
in terms
guys,
of
that's good.
space and opportunity. Oliver Gildart has probably had more involvements defensively than he has with the ball. But I think that's down to the strategy and the game plan of Catalan Dragons, albeit that I think the game plan and strategy they set out with on Monday morning will be nothing like what they've been playing in this game. But credit to them, rugby league and sport in general is about adapting to what goes on, adapting to injuries and circumstances, and the Dragons have done it better than the Warriors.
33-10. 5 minutes coming up to go.
2.
And
move!
Stern-faced Catalan Dragons president Bernard Gouache looks on
3
as his side
Julian
are heading for ultimately two crucial points. The occasion, the significance of it,
move, Sam!
obviously there for all to see, but for Steve McNamara and his team, it's about that Super League table and making progress. Williams making progress there, and Catalan too keen to stop it. Wigan will get the penalty.
Bousquet in late, the tackle is already made, and I think the frustration of Sean O'Loughlin.
I don't mind you talking to me, right? I don't mind you talking, but you ain't coming at me like that. No, you're listening to me. Listening. Keep you calm. You got a penalty. You don't come in
that. Run a good game.
Yeah, he has. He's run a tight ship as he always does. His communication with the players is top notch, and he's obviously he knows, he feels how frustrated Wigan are. Sean O'Loughlin, who says I am calm, said it in the most uncalm manner, which makes me disbelieve him.
Well, Wigan,
he's holding him in.
Can they rally and finish on a positive note, because they've got to quickly get themselves back to grips with things and ready for their magic assignment against Warrington. They've got a penalty right under the post. Tony Clubb impeded as he tried to play that ball. It'll be back-to-back defeats for Wigan. They were hoping to make it 4 wins in a row here at the new camp.
Release him, Mikael! 1, go.
But unless there's going to be something miraculous.
Line
Through the
speed
tackle.
from Kenny Edwards up, shuts that play down.
Release, two. Yeah.
Had to get it right, and he did.
Get up, play your ball. Play on.
Referee says play on.
Three.
Here is Ben
Move.
Flower.
Matt.
Whitley with the
Push him
tackle.
forward.
Hardacre. And there's
Get up.
a penalty to the Catalan Dragons.
I don't want that.
Well, again, talked about Ben Thaler and his control of this game.
Time's off. What's it for? That he's clearly pushed forward.
Giving penalties
right,
away
and
to
then he's
play
giving
the
me,
ball
he
is
gives me up there again.
unforgivable.
I'm
As
not
he stands
accepting
up to
that.
play the
Yes.
ball, pushes
No.
the Catalan defender away, and Ben Thaler unhappy with it.
Pour les Dragons catalans,
Wigan fans will be
changement
unhappy.
numéro 6,
It
arrivé
won't
par Tresson
surely
Chabrier. Sortie de
stop
Jason
them
Baitieri.
enjoying a fine city like Barcelona. Not a bad place, I was going to say, to celebrate your 74th birthday, which is what Wigan fan Gordon Clayton is doing in Barcelona, watching this game.
Move.
Gone with his son.
Go.
It hasn't turned out the way Wigan
Two,
were
move,
hoping,
Ben!
as it has in
Ready, George.
so many
Ready, mate.
Wigan
Go.
Catalan meetings in recent years, as it did earlier this season, emphatically in favour of the Wigan Warriors. It's the Catalan Dragons who are celebrating the victory, who will be celebrating the victory.
Play
Their
on, play on.
first
Let's
over
just play
Wigan
it then.
since
Play
May
on. Zeno, play your ball.
2015.
But they've put a show on as well. All the players and coaching staff from both sides talked
Play
about
on,
it being
still 0.
just about the 2 points. You have to think like
Play on.
that, but in the cold light of day,
Surrender.
and the wash-up of this game,
Stand one way,
we'll
Chris.
focus rightly
Where
on the
the men come in.
31,500 fans that have contributed to such a wonderful atmosphere. We'll talk about the game and its
move.
entertainment.
Wait it.
Pushing, shoving, big tackles, high skills, and hopefully, as Phil said, a couple of young people in this crowd have seen something they like and they pick up a rugby ball and start playing our great game.
Catalan have left that ball for Whitley to chase.
Whoa.
And then Whitley disappears.
Yeah, he was trying to put the brakes on then, wasn't he, Matt Whitley?
That is one of the risks
Yeah,
of these very tight.
Yeah, you've not much
Zero.
room to play with, have you?
No.
Ooh.
Zeno.
Should be used to
Move
that kind of
ready.
surface.
Go.
Widnes, former Widnes player, of course.
Don't think it's that slippery.
Well, there's just at the edge of the grass, just at the edge of the field, that kind of artificial surface that Matt Whitley's played a lot of his rugby league on.
Well, here's Liam Marshall. Ooh, Marshall, victim of a high tackle from Braden Welliame.
Ken.
Kenny Edwards, I beg your pardon. It was a leisurely high tackle, wasn't it?
Here, boys.
But
Ready, let's run, come on.
78
mate.
minutes gone. 33-10. Here's Tony Clubb.
One.
Casti.
Move ready. Line, lads.
What
Go.
pride he will take in this result
Two,
for
move,
the club.
Sam.
He has represented a record number of times,
Too slow.
and that's a penalty. And Remy Casti played in the last game that Catalan played in Barcelona when they played Warrington at the Olympic Stadium, and he was on the losing side that day.
One, move, Ben.
Now
Discipline.
he's going to emerge victorious.
Two movement,
And you feel for
Tony.
players like that, don't you? You know you can
Go.
identify with the emotion that they've got, the pride, as you've said, and the toil
Three.
that they've put
Move.
into this club. 13 years he's
Play
been
your ball.
involved.
Three. Play it,
For
play it,
13
play it.
years, he'd have
Get away,
dreamt
three.
of an occasion like this, and a victory, and an impressive victory as that.
Impressive from
Move.
Gigo, hounding
Wait,
down
tackle.
Joe
Play
Burgess
your ball,
there.
you won't
Burgess
tackle.
didn't like
Play your
it.
ball, you won't tackle. Four.
It was Bousquet who arrived second in the tackle. Now Hardacre is chasing. Hardacre will get the last try of the game. The hooter actually sounding. Referee awards it without hesitation. and some consolation at the last for the Wigan Warriors. A little individual effort from their fullback, and Casti it was. Couldn't deny him.
Zach Hardacre has nothing to lose, puts it on the end of his toe. We've seen a few of these in the last few weeks. The old chip and chase went out of fashion for a long time. A chip and chase over the top, picks it up, regathers, but it will not dampen the celebrations. You can see the hugs and embraces of those Dragons players. They've got the win, they've entertained the crowd.
Hardacre converts. Wigan, in the closing few minutes of the first half, have salvaged some pride and given themselves a bit of springboard. What a springboard it is, though, perhaps, for the Catalan Dragons, for Rugby League in France, for Rugby League in Barcelona, because they have lived up to the hype, they've lived up to the occasion. Remy Casti and Sam Cassiano have stood tall in this one, and they have beaten the Wigan Warriors 33 points to 16.